Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another outdoors edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade, and admittedly, this is me playing catch up because I realized, like, literally today that I never did a video for caught stealing, hence the outdoor review. I saw it on its opening weekend, and even though I haven't seen it again, I still like remember my thoughts on it fairly well, thankfully. So I'm just gonna like kind of speed run this. But caught stealing, the latest Darren Aronosfky film starring Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz and Regina King and Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Matt Smith and a couple of other familiar faces. Honestly, this was a much lighter film than I was expecting. You know, usually Darren Aronofsky, it doesn't really do like lighthearted stuff or comedic stuff, but this was actually a surprisingly enjoyable crime comedy caper. It reminded me of like a little bit of like Snatch, The Big Lebowski, Pulp Fiction, all sorts of just like any given number of like really like funny crime comedies, or even like darkly funny comedies. It was just like much more like silly than I was expecting. But that being said, even always with Aronofsky, you're gonna get characters with really dark side characters. Specifically, he loves doing films on characters who have some sort of addiction. That is definitely a part of this, and I guess that's like where the dark element comes in. And it was convincing. I definitely bought into it. Austin Butler is a really fantastic actor, really like emerging powerhouse talent, and I liked that part of it. And honestly, I even liked like the more lighthearted tone for the film. It took me by surprise, and I ended up enjoying it. However, where the film falls flat is that at least in my opinion, I feel like the most engaging characters in the film really aren't in it long enough to have really like kept me like fully entertained by the film. I felt like it was just like kind of like just plodding along, just that typical crime comedy caper. But I really feel like if more like certain characters in the film who really got benched or sidelined for the majority of the movie got like more of the spotlight, then I really would have like ended up saying this is for me on the same level as something like Snatch, just like this really good like dark crime comedy. But nah, it just kind of like mostly goes through the paces. But I had a great time with it throughout. But I'm just saying like where it ends up is not surprising at all. And even like near the end, I thought it was kind of like anticlimactic. It felt like they were building up to something, but the payoff was very underwhelming, unfortunately. And the ending was just kind of like, well, okay, I mean, cool. So just surprisingly like a surprisingly more lighthearted Aronofsky film that I was expecting to be as like funny as it was. Just that fun crime comedy caper that is very enjoyable, is very good, has a lot of good performances, but I feel like just really doesn't reach its like full potential because like the most interesting characters in the movie for me really do like take a back seat. Like there are a couple of characters in particular who were like really solid, really engaging, and actually honestly like the most intimidating characters of the movie, but they like go away for like so long that I almost forgot that they were in the film at all. And I was just kind of like, well, why would you do that? Make them the main antagonists, make them like the big baddies, because they are easily like the coolest, most chilling, most intimidating characters of this movie. Bring those guys back. And same with another character, same thing, where it's like he goes away, he's there at the very beginning and then like goes away and you don't see him till the very end of the film, and it's like that's one of the most interesting characters in the film. I just don't, I guess like story wise it makes sense, but it's like I feel like this would have stood out to me like something, again, I referenced Snatch, The Big Lebowski, or Pulp Fiction, if you had kept like the characters that were actually the most interesting in the forefront, but alas they didn't. But wrapping it up, I still had a pretty solid fun time with Caught Stealing. It's just another one of those fun movies, but it's not gonna for me stand the test test of time, like Pulp Fiction, like Snatcher, anything like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give Caught Stealing a solid 8 out of 10. I really did have a good time with it. I really enjoyed Austin Butler's arc, and that's really, the forefront of the film. He gets like wrapped into this crime caper, but it's really all about him overcoming something from his past, and in that regard, like, it does work for me overall, and that it was enough to keep my attention. So it's an 8 out of 10 for Caught Stealing. This has been another rare outdoors edition of Wade Watches, and I'll see you lovely people in like 10 seconds, because I'm just gonna get another review out the way, because you know what, life be lifing. And yeah, I've told you guys already, like, I'm in film school now, and don't have as much free time on my hands as I did, but it's all good. I love what I'm doing. But yeah, just gonna get another one of these out of the way. So I'll see you all shortly. Have you seen Caught Stealing? Please feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, see y'all next time. Peace.